Hope
All right,
everyone is
friends.
feeling festive.
Yeah, thanks again for joining, and welcome to Dog Community Call number 13. Um, you're stuck with me and Paco today. Most of the Pleaser members are at the Metaverso event, which is G Money's NFT event in Puerto Rico. They've also been working tirelessly on the FreeRossDAO, which I think actually the auction ended in the wee early hours today. So they were staying up really long bidding, but uh, yeah, congratulations to them. They won the auction for, I think it was 1,446 ETH. So that's really exciting. I think they said anything on top of the the auction that they won is now part of like a treasury. So not only do they now have governance over the NFT they won, but the treasury of what they're going to do to be able to help prison reform and get uh, and free Ross. So I'm excited to see how that turns out, and just the journey that they now have. So probably a lot of the members now are, I hope, asleep. So,
Yeah, I
um,
posted.
but without further ado, yeah, uh, the fast food Doge's whitelist minting has started last or yesterday. So if you have a whitelist spot, it's open until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good. Did you say something, Paco?
uh, sorry, my Wi-Fi is cutting out for some reason. No, continue. Uh, can you hear me?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I think you're breaking up a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So barely, but I'll just continue. So the after the whitelist minting stops at a Hey, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Let me go and invite Paco again. Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, what about me? Are we crashing the server or something?
I don't know. I tried to move to a different part of the house. Maybe that'll help me out, but apologies for that, guys. Yeah, so let me
Yeah,
go a little bit. Let
it's
me
not
go
a
a little
dog
bit.
community call if it's not scuffed, right?
Right. Just the growing pains of the metaverse. So, but yeah, we're just again really excited about the fast food doges. I would say just keep your eyes peeled on about any other announcements for fast food doges and either our FFD announcements channel that we created, or even just in the Fast Food Friends Discord. and just follow, both of our Twitters for anything important. So, and we have guest speakers today too. I believe Elliot from Fast Food Friends is here and talk a little bit about the mint that's going on at the moment, and maybe just any other updates that he has. But a really big honor to have in our call today is Jens from the Dogecoin Foundation, and we be able to discuss a little bit more of the role of the foundation, and all things Doge, all things Doge that we love. So, and then Chauncey from Angel Protocol to, he had a little bit of a spot in last week's Twitter Spaces, but he'll be able to go more in depth to discuss the perpetual charity donation of the remaining $500,000 we have in the the MISO auction charity proceeds, and what best to do with those proceeds that will impact us in the short term, and in the long term. So so just a couple other community updates so I can get to these guest speakers is the Hype Partners proposal that was launched last week. There's one more day left for voting, but it looks like it's pretty much a lock to pass at this point.
I still
So
encourage everyone to vote if you haven't. I mean,
yes, please.
it feels pretty cool. Voting with actual pixels from Doge. Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree, because I mean, it just gets everyone in the habit to, to first be able to make their voice heard in the snapshot governance, because like the more people that get comfortable to follow the proposals and the governance, that just means we get more people that get to vote and get their voice heard and realize that they do have the power to help with how to just how to help dog or the Doge NFT grow, and what path that we want to carve out with the community fund. So so that ends tomorrow, and then I believe once that is done and it passes, that we'll start hitting the ground running with getting Hype Partners on board. So more to come with that. Another really cool announcement was the Nifty Island Pleaser DAO Twitter announcement, where they're actually going to create they're actually having an island for the dog community members. So one piece of it will be that like Pleaser DAO will be able to move their NFT collection over there to be able to exhibit, but there will be this will also be like co-shared by the dog community. So if you guys are probably wondering what Nifty Island is, it's an open social game hub and gallery that harnesses NFTs and crypto to make the metaverse a reality. Every user, from DeFi projects and influencers to individuals, are granted their own customizable avatar and private island. Users are able to play games, display their NFT collections, trade NFTs, build community, and earn crypto by playing and contributing content to the gameverse. So this sounds pretty exciting, and the more I would say the more updates we get, we're totally gonna forward them over so that we can start to get in there and start building some stuff and have a lot of fun. But this also provides a great opportunity to build on top of this island. So we encourage anyone from the community that wants to build something fun on the island. They could always go through the Bark Tank, for grants. So yeah, if you have a crazy idea that you'd like to have involved in the metaverse, uh, always think about going through the Bark Tank and submitting. But we'll just wait until we know more about Nifty Island, but we're pretty pumped about it. Another thing that's pretty cool is that Doge is going to be at NFT Weeks Tokyo. So a huge crypto and blockchain media company in Japan called CoinPost is holding an event called NFT Weeks Tokyo, which is where they actually were able to take over Tokyo Ginza Gallery and be able to set up an NFT exhibition from the most iconic NFTs from around the world. So they actually came out to us to ask, Pleaser DAO if we could, if Pleaser DAO could have some of their pieces on display. I think one of them, one of them is definitely the Doge NFT. I think there's also a couple others like the Snowden piece, but they definitely wanted the Doge NFT on display. So that will go on from December 10th. So I guess that's tomorrow for about a month. So that's cool. Being able to have Doge back in Tokyo again. I think another thing too is that CoinPost is trying to reach out to Etsuko Sato, to possibly make a visit or somehow just get in touch with her and what she can do in collaboration to see Kabosu back in Tokyo. Obviously, if we know any more, we'll totally tell you guys. So. And yeah, so I think it was a week or two ago, Dog made a $1 million donation to Save the Children. But there was an update that Save the Children is now trying to match the 100 million that the Doge NFT has sent, and they're encouraging other crypto communities to match the 1 million. And it's going to be a pretty cool call to action to see if someone can get more donations in, because it's to a good cause, to the children in Afghanistan. So we're excited to see that call to action. And then quickly on Bark Tank updates. So you guys may know that the Doge boarding game from like the Sandbox game devs is now passed and live. Well, the building now starts. They'll start developing the game Monday next week, and they told us it'll roughly take about 9 weeks because they'll be taking 1 week off for the holidays. But then they can start providing more granular updates, which then we can post in the Bark Tank channel, so that you'll be able to closely follow it if you'd like to. Also, the Pixel Portal project. I think some other people from our community DM'd coldplunge and was able to try out the demo themselves, which was cool. I mean, for the ones who have done the demo, it just seems like it's been a really fun experience. So I don't know if coldplunge is here today. Does anyone see him? If he has any updates? I don't think so. Well, if he does,
Should I tag him?
Is he here?
I can see him, but should I tag him?
Yeah, if you want to. Maybe he can jump in later on the call.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed with that other than it still seems like the building is going according to plan. I haven't heard any hiccups, so I think if we have any other major updates, we'll send them along. But for the Doge puppet, it looks like we might actually be on track again to ship later this month. From what our project lead told us, and he'll start sending them us updates, and when we get them, well, we'll post that in the Bark Tank channel as well. One other thing I wanted to bring up that seemed kind of cool and get you guys aware about was Andrew Kang, who's a Pleaser DAO member, is outsourcing the best. he's outsourcing someone to make the best economic research report about crypto mines. If you can produce the best report, he'll grant $10,000 worth of dog. So if anyone are big time analysts and find something like this fun, but also know that it's $10,000 worth of dog that he's willing to pay, I would definitely consider doing that. So especially for the community here that will most likely hold on to dog. So all right, so I think we can get to the
I
guest.
just want to take coldplunge. Message me. He's here.
Oh, he is here. Okay.
Yeah, and also Elliot. So
yeah, we'll bring
to
up
him.
Elliot right after. Well, I can at least get him up here now, and then I think after coldplunge talks a little about his project, then we can get on to the guest speakers.
Hi guys.
Hey, Elliot.
Sorry, do you want to start now or you want to get the other guy first? Sorry, I misunderstood.
I think we just wanted coldplunge, if he is here, to talk like real quick, but there he is.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Okay.
Yo,
What's up, man?
chilling.
Yeah.
So why don't you hype up the project a bit? No.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I personally would just share some sneak peeks, but you said you made it clear that you want to keep it a demo for now.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm kind of new. I'm not a marketing genius or anything. And my thinking behind kind of like not sharing the screenshots and stuff was just that I kind of wanted to wait until it was the fully polished, finished product before like sharing it to the masses. But with that said, like this is the whole dog ethos is about community first and like everybody coming together, right? And so I said it last week, and I'll say it again this week. If anybody is interested in checking out what we have, which is pretty much the portal, the Pixel portal at this point is essentially a working product in testnet. The only last hiccup, which we need to make sure we get right, is kind of finalizing the contracts, getting the audit done, just so that our first step as the Doge NFT into this kind of like DeFi landscape where funds are moving around, we want that to be like as safe and bulletproof as possible, right? But yeah, like if any of you guys do want to mess around with the version on testnet, in fact, I'd love to share that with you guys because we'd love feedback at this point. So just hit me up and I can share that link with you. And yeah, and as it goes with like marketing stuff or like sharing screenshots, I'm not opposed to like doing sharing a screenshot of the page, for example, if people just want to check it out. So I don't know, is there something in particular that you wanted to share, Paco, with the squad?
I mean, I was kind of just kidding, right? Maybe. I mean, I would like them, to see that how it looks, right? But yeah, it all depends.
Have you used the demo yet? Have you tried it out?
Not fully, no. But I've seen it, right? But used it now.
Yeah, it's fun going through the process and like doing the mint and then burn the pixels. You don't get the full experience unless you do that. But you do need some Rinkeby ETH and know how to turn your MetaMask on so you can enable that, which was honestly a little bit of a hurdle for me. But and I think it probably is for some other people. But it's pretty straightforward once you know how to do it.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, go ahead,
How many people reached out to you so far for a demo?
I've had like 5 or 6 in DMs. But everybody, when they tried it, they're like, "Oh, this is so awesome," and which is great. I mean, I love to hear that. But I would also appreciate some constructive criticism too. But maybe it is just perfect, absolutely flawless. So
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not
sell
mad at
yourself
that.
short, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe what we can do is just maybe open it up to our VIPs to get first in line if you start getting flooded with DMs to have the VIPs get a chance to look at it. I also know they're definitely our most vocal, but they're most helpful.
Yeah,
So
actually, can I share like a small sneak peek in the VIP chat?
yeah, I
It's
think
like
you can. Why not?
Sure. Yeah. What is that? Just like a screenshot of the main page, or?
no, not even that. Just how do you say it? Hovering over a pixel of Doge's eye.
Oh yeah, for sure. Again, like I said, I don't know. I was kind of thinking, oh, like we need to keep it top secret or whatever. But I mean, I don't.
Hello? Did we lose people, or is it me?
Yeah, he was talking and now he's gone.
Oh,
I think his connection went out. Also, Paco disappeared.
yeah.
I don't know what
They're back.
Discord. What? Yeah.
Did coldplunge die?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I also died. I'm sure.
I hope it's not my internet. Well,
No.
okay.
Oh, because
Well,
you're hosting. Maybe.
yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I have the strongest one, but okay, wait, let me see. I think he's back up.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Weird. Uh, yeah, I thought Paco left, but I thought I was still on stage. But then I guess you guys couldn't hear me. So good old technical difficulties. Gotta love it. I don't even really remember what I was saying. Probably just some BS. I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, we obviously always appreciate your time and the updates. So I'd say anyone, if you're really interested in seeing a demo, reach out to coldplunge VIPs. I think it would make sense if you're up on on the top of the priority list to see it, and then I guess Paco will show a couple of screenshots. But yeah, coldplunge, if you don't mind, like every week to come up and talk more about it, you're always welcome. So
Can you hear me?
yep.
What's happening?
What?
Yeah, I was gonna share a screenshot, but then I remember that people can right-click save. That's my NFT brain, right?
Yeah. All
So
right. Well, thanks again, coldplunge. I think if anyone else wants to talk with him, he'll be in the chat and everything. So give it up for one of our community members. Just that's what I love about the Bark Tank is just empowering our community members and building some cool shit. So yeah. So we have Elliot from Fast Food Friends up here too. Hey Elliot, how's it going?
Hey guys. Hey, yeah, sorry. I was supposed to be on maybe earlier, I guess, but I forgot to
Well,
schedule the call in yesterday. Like I
no,
said yes, and then I didn't put it in.
no worries. We wanted to we ended up having a lot of high level updates that we wanted to get through first, and it turned out that it took a little bit longer. So yeah, anyone who was supposed to be on here that came in later is fine. So yeah, we just wanted to bring you on because we're the minting is now live, and And yeah, we're pretty pumped. How about
I
yourself?
think everyone's waiting for the magic 420, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pumped. We just had some technical difficulties before. That's why we were. Thanks again for everyone who had the patience to wait. For us, it was really late for Europeans, so not everyone was that happy, I know. But we ran into an issue like when we deployed the first contract, which was later on fixed. But still, yeah, it was a bit hectic because everything was going together at the same time. But yeah, overall, pretty happy. I'm just gonna check now on which figure we are because I'm not monitoring it like 24/7. I think we're on 300 something right now. 325. I think everyone is waiting for 420, so less than 100 to go for there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it develops.
Yeah. Because like 69 got front ran really fast. But yeah, 420 is like the next holy grail NFT number. But it's pretty cool. Like I think what if we're at like 325, then that means like more than 30% of the whitelisters have minted already. You know, with
Yeah.
another 24 hours or a little less than 24 hours to go. So, yeah, that's a you know, seems like it's a pretty good number, and you know, again, it's going to our most deserving community members. So the fact that they get the the dibs first is something we're happy about.
Yeah, I think people are also either forgot or they're busy or decided not to. That's always they can choose for themselves, of course. But I think 300 is a pretty decent amount. We're still waiting, of course. Yeah, the thing is, on the public sale, depending on how the whitelist will go, we will either say, okay, we will do 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now it's set in on 4. I also had like a lot of DMs saying that they didn't get whitelisted in the end, but they usually forgot to check. I don't know if you guys got any DMs, but I sure did. So yeah, the people forget to double check, and then when it's actually live, it's yeah, people forget things, and just like how I forgot this community call. But that's human nature, right? So yeah. If I were in you guys' shoes, I would definitely get the 2 and grab the 2 for sure. Really want to spoil things here, but we're gonna wait for that for near the reveal. There's gonna be some cool stuff which we'll be able to do in the future. Yeah, and also we have the honoraries lined up for I think some special people, right? That's something which we were gonna do. I mean, that's not in secrecy, but also put a request out in the dog community if there's like serious potentials as to what your community thinks about the honoraries, as in who should deserve one, apart from maybe some Pleaser DAO members and 1 or 2 people from our side. Just really wondering if there is any like open opinion on which you guys want to have, right? Like which person deserves it. For example, in your community, or just in the broader scheme, as in being an OG in some way, right?
Yeah. I would definitely like to hear more people bring it up. I think one suggestion has been Paco, which is totally deserved. So, we'd love to see a Paco Doge. If
You want the
community's on board.
clown? You want the clown one, Paco, just to check, like reality check, is it, or you want something else? Because I think Steve and the guys helping on the designs. Paco's gone. He lost his spot. No, just kidding. No, if you guys really want it, maybe you should open. This is now secret, right? Because he can't hear this. Maybe on the recording, but he won't check it most likely. So, no, he's back. Damn. Start a secret vote.
Hello. Hello.
Hey man.
Hello.
So let's say
Hello?
if there was a party. Hey man.
Hello.
We can hear you, Paco.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying hello earlier, but no one was answering. Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah,
So let's
I was
say.
gonna say I would love a clown Doge, and anything clown goes. Yeah, I like clowns.
Yeah, I know that Steven is a big fan, and I'm a big fan, obviously, as well. So I'm gonna put a chip in where we're doing like 3 or 4 now for like suggestions we had ourselves. So we're doing that, but we can always develop them later, right? Like some stuff is gonna be pushed out now. I mean, you can find them on Fast Food Doge honoraries on OpenSea as well. You can already peek which ones are made. They're going to be sent out. I think I'm going to send them out in the next few hours. And then we're going to see like where we're going to hit. But maybe some vote from your community side, like who should deserve one, would be cool as well, right? Because the Path was assigned as well, but I don't know who's Path. Is he a special guy in your community, guys?
That's like a sin if you don't know who Path is, right?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Hopefully we don't have like Path fanboys. Too many Path fanboys right here. Yeah. No, Path, I mean, is like an OG in crypto, right? Yeah, and he's just a very wholesome guy. And also, I guess you could say the head of the NFT project, which is like the face to Doge, the other image of Doge. Yeah. So I think making an honorary Doge NFT for him would be, a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, he's also just a huge NFT collector. So, and just a friend of the dog community, and he's again he fractionalized the feisty Doge NFT.
And also owns a lot of dogs. So.
Yes, yeah, just a overall good friend. So cool. Yeah. So thanks, Elliot.
Okay, maybe we can do that, right? Let's discuss.
Yeah. But I know at least the honoraries you've made already look so good, and can't wait for the special individuals to get them. So now if you do a Paco one and a Path one,
no,
anyone else, I know it's gonna look cool. So
yeah, I was kidding. I mean, I don't deserve a whole honorary for me.
No, you do. You do. And
Yeah.
and I think I can be on behalf of the rest of the community that agrees with me too. So, yeah, Elliot,
Happy to
thanks
make
for
Pepe on. Sorry.
yeah. Thanks for coming up. I mean, is there anything else? The cliche when reveal, when announcement, et cetera, et
One
cetera.
airdrop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a special announcement during the reveal. The reveal will be announced 24 hours before. So we're not putting an exact label on it. It could be exactly like after the official sellout. It could be before. We're just gonna keep you guys in the dark there for a little bit, just to tease you. You do have the honoraries where you can look already. There's been a lot of teasing around. Like I said, around the same time we announced the reveal, there will also be another announcement regarding some form of utility from our side. So those are two things. Yeah, and overall, I just want to ask you guys, if you didn't mint a whitelist yet, just do it. That's all I can say. The Nike slogan here, but yeah, on the public, it's everyone's game, right? So if you're gonna wait out for cheaper gas prices, you still have time. You have like a little bit less than 24 hours, like 20 or something right now. But mind to yourself in the public. It's going to be, it could be unlimited for everyone. It could be 4, it could be 5. We set it on 4 now, but this is still subject to change. So do the right thing and adopt your Doge. That's all I can say. Or get your Doge. It sounds like a shill campaign, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
own your Doge. We already own the Doge, but
friends,
yeah, you can own
exactly.
some more Doges. But yeah, I think at least for now, the website has been very, very aesthetically pleasing, and even just the unreveal art, is just something fun to kind of look at in the meantime. So at least there's still it's still been fun waiting, and I'm sure we're chomping at the bit of what we ended up adopting. So yeah, we're just super pumped that our community gets to flex some PFPs. Have some. I'm waiting to see some of these doges on people's profile pictures, and it's gonna be fun. So but I would also encourage anyone that has more technical questions or more like future oriented questions about fast food doges. I would encourage people to head over to the Fast Food Friends Discord and chat with Elliot. Because they'll be the most appropriate team to talk with for the immediate future. And then the dog community or the dog team's always going to think about what we can do in the future as well. But at least for the immediate plans, Elliot's already got a bit of a roadmap for not just the doges but the overall Fast Food Friends universe. So we're just excited to see how our little doggies are used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the fast food Doge development is going to be done by Elliot and his team. Because we still have like a whole project to run ourselves. But yeah, we'll definitely wherever we can, we would include utilities for fast food Doge NFT holders. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, guys. I mean, I'm really, I just can't wait to see once we launch some parts, like how it's gonna be picked up. Because I know, obviously, there are dog lovers in your community. That's a no-brainer. But I think it's gonna be really cool. When everything lands, and I know everyone is excited from our side, and I think you guys are as well. So it's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely. I can feel the excitement in here for sure. So
yeah, I'm just happy
we're
we
excited.
finally have like a Doge profile pic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully
least
we're
an
gonna have
official one.
many more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks, friend.
technically, yes, you're right. The fast food Doges is the first NFT Doge profile pic project that's I guess related to the actual Doge meme, which is us, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, right?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Elliot. Yeah.
No worries,
and you
guys.
can always, if you guys ever have any questions, I know he's hanging out in the server, and then you could always just pop over to the Fast Food Friends server. He's super, super receptive. Replies to everyone. Is just a overall good dude. So thanks, friend.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
See you. Okay. I'm going to invite Jens. Hopefully. Oh, there he is. That was quick. Hey, Jens. So,
Hey, I like your profile pic, but
Hi.
all right. So, just to reiterate again that Jens is part of the Dogecoin Foundation, and has been able to set aside some time to talk with us. Hey, friend, thank you for your time, and sorry you probably had to wait a little bit longer than we hoped to, but thanks again for sticking around and being able to talk with the Doge NFT community. So, hope you're well.
Hi. Yeah, happy to. I mean, no problem for waiting. It's been nice to listen to a few things. I originally was part of the dog auction as well, but then simply over the last few months didn't have any time to look into what was happening with dogs. So, it'd be nice to kind of catch up a little bit and hear a little bit of what's happening. So, no, that's been very nice.
Yeah, so just a couple things, right? Just a couple things happening here.
Yeah. So to maybe just you asked me to say a little bit about the Dogecoin Foundation maybe. Essentially, the Dogecoin Foundation originally was created in 2014 when Doge first became really popular after basically being a joke that Jackson Palmer and Billy Marcus, someone at Adobe and at IBM, came up with, made a joke on Twitter, and then basically launched a cryptocurrency in the space of a little bit over 2 or 3 hours, and then suddenly got a lot of interest on Reddit, a lot of interest on Twitter, and all over the internet, basically. And then the rest is basically history. So back then, the idea was to have an organization that supported development and provided protection for the trademarks, but since interest then kind of waned a little bit and things were pretty much humming along, working very well, that kind of fell asleep. And then when the interest in Doge surged again at the end of 2020 and at the beginning of 21, suddenly there were a lot of people suddenly trying to register trademarks for Dogecoin or pretending to be Dogecoin. And at that point, Ross and Michi Lumin, who are two of the core developers of Dogecoin, approached me because I back then had been the one kind of managing the charitable things the Dogecoin community was doing, had been managing the legal things regarding the foundation, approached me, asked me, hey, can we maybe set up that foundation again, or can we do something to support long-term sustainable development of Dogecoin? And I said, yeah, sure. And we started working on that again, looking into how can we best support sustainable development. And well, the current iteration of the Dogecoin Foundation is the result of that, where we have started 1.5 developers right now full-time developing on aspects of Dogecoin, helping the Dogecoin open source project, supporting the Dogecoin open source project in order to well, standardize more things about it and provide additional features. Basically making it easier to interact also with Dogecoin, because Dogecoin really, there's been a lot of talk about should Dogecoin have to in the future include smart contracts, or should it have support for NFTs, which basically would also, of course, require smart contracts. But the idea for Dogecoin that we have been pursuing, or that we would like to see, is Dogecoin being useful in its original purpose, because there are sufficient other projects that already do other things well. Dogecoin is really useful if it can get back to this throwing spare change to each other over the internet idea that was the original idea that made it popular on Reddit. And so we saw this with the recent massive reduction in fees, where the fees, which had increased because they were set to 1 Doge, and 1 Doge suddenly had a value of about 20 cents. That obviously means we suddenly had 20 cents transaction costs. That's suboptimal. So since the newest upgrade, it's been back to a couple of fractions of a cent, basically, because the transaction costs were lowered significantly. And what we would like to focus on is essentially providing the support to the Dogecoin community, to the Dogecoin developers, to move towards making it more useful as this tipping currency, to be easy to integrate in other services by providing libraries, by providing language bindings and for programmers, etc. And what we've been doing also is working with other charities, other organizations, trying to, for example, bring younger people into the cryptocurrency community, working with coding clubs in several countries. And the idea there is Dogecoin started as a joke, but that actually gives it a lot of freedom that most other cryptocurrency projects don't have. Dogecoin never, even though a lot of people nowadays, of course, look at it that way, was started as an investment project and doesn't have this as its core ethos. So it has a lot of freedom of not taking itself seriously and profiting from this kind of organic interest that was created. It doesn't have the political baggage that, for example, Bitcoin has, where Bitcoin has very strong also political background leanings that impact whatever the perception of Bitcoin is. Dogecoin is just fun and is approachable, and so it can serve as a bit of an on-ramp, essentially, for people onto crypto. And I think that's also something that's very close to what the Doge NFT can be for people who are interested in NFTs, because in part because of how much fun Dogecoin has been and how much fun the Doge meme has been. The Doge NFT, of course, also has this very friendly, wonderful impact on people that just, I think, makes it much easier to get on board with something compared with projects like Bored Apes, or compared with projects that require you to already have that mindset of the crypto community. Basically Bored Apes, and I'm not necessarily saying Bored Apes is something bad, but in order to be to really like Bored Apes, you already have to have that kind of mindset that the cryptocurrency community has had. You have to be part already of crypto. You have to be engaged in that community to get it. Doge doesn't have that problem. You don't have to get crypto to get Dogecoin or to get the Doge NFT or even just the Doge meme generally, of course. And so that's an incredibly powerful on-ramp, I think, for people to really even start engaging with cryptocurrency. And yeah, I think that, did I forget anything I wanted to say? I think that's most of the things I wanted to lead with, basically. Just wanted to.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot
mean,
to cover.
yeah, and well, one thing to say about Bored Apes is just you know, another thing is just the only way to kind of be in the community is to own an ape, which you know, they've built like a huge moat around, because it's so, you know, just it's so hard to get into, where at least with the Doge NFT, you know, you can already be in the community by buying one Doge for one cent. So you know, I think that's what we really enjoy too. And I think I would say a lot of Doge NFT holders are also Dogecoin holders too. So I think they understand the fact, you know, that Dogecoin, and what you're saying is Dogecoin should do exactly what its intention was, and it's to be, you know, a very entertaining peer-to-peer peer-to-peer cryptocurrency, or at least the, you know, the what we call like the people's cryptocurrency, and then, you know, have the Doge NFT as like the people's art or the people's NFT. So where people say how Dogecoin can be, you know, can do everything that like Bitcoin does, but, you know, can actually be peer to peer. We take the joke in the Doge NFT to become the most valuable piece of art in the world, and, you know, flip the Mona Lisa. And you know, it's and the fact that the community can, you know, can collectively own it, is just it's really fun to see, and just to see how you can have you know, these multiple meme assets actually be able to come together, and you know, still be able to have their identity as, you know, as what they are, as their brands, but, you know, be under the umbrella of Doge, and, you know, the mission to do only good every day is, you know, is just, it's really fun to see play out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
love everything.
Oh, sorry, Paco.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I love everything you guys are doing at the Dogecoin Foundation. I feel like you're staying true to the vision, I guess, which is, you know, the Dogecoin, at least how I see it, doesn't really need much. If it just works like a, as you said, like a easily transferable cryptocurrency, that's kind of all it is, right? It's coin plus Doge, and yeah, so. And personally, you know, Dogecoin has a special place in my heart because it actually introduced me to the crypto space in general. Because me personally, I'm like a big fan of memes and internet culture, and you know, just the fact that you could get a coin and put like a very strong meme on it, or like, you know, a funny meme on it. It you know, it kind of expanded my mind as to what could be possible with this technology in general. And yeah, so I guess, and in a way, as Buba said, right? If you, I see Dogecoin as exactly that, the people's currency, where maybe people in the future, I don't think they would have like, no, it wouldn't be just Bitcoin for everything. At least that's my vision. That you would have, a choice between different altcoins, and most likely Dogecoin will be one of them because just of demand and popularity, and yeah, just as an option. And I personally think it would be a very popular option, especially if Dogecoin, keeps to that vision of being like a simple coin that's not too intimidating, right? And then if we can describe Dogecoin as a bridge between the real world and crypto currency, then I see the Doge NFT, which is you can imagine it as the actual Doge, right? Which Dogecoin took inspiration from, which would be fractionalized into tokens, which, as you guys have seen, these past 2 months, allows for the introduction of a community fund to build to fund different projects. The what do you say? The governing mechanism, right? And I'm sure in the future there's going to be like 1 trillion different ways of, I guess, interacting with communities which are built on tokens. I guess you could call it, that's what people call the metaverse, right? It's just like, or Web3, right? It's just like another layer to how people interact on the internet, which is, I guess, built on tokens and NFTs, which I think, if, I guess you can imagine Doge or the Doge meme, as I guess, a symbol or a brand. I don't like the word brand because it sounds very corporate, but yeah, just like an image, right? And then that image has obviously spread into a lot of places, including Dogecoin, which can't really. I feel it would be, I guess, counterproductive, or it wouldn't make sense for, I guess, to try to make Dogecoin itself go onto a smart contract platform like Ethereum and build projects around it, right? We talked with Jens, and that's also what he said, and I'll let him talk about this. But yeah, and I feel like this project, DOG, right, could fill that gap, and I feel personally that we could have really interesting collaborations in the future with Dogecoin and DOG, or the Doge NFT, since we're essentially both connected through the Doge meme and just playing around with stuff, not taking things too serious. Yeah, okay. Jens, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, you said a lot of things that are just great to hear.
You did the same thing.
Because I mean, I actually got into cryptocurrency very, very early, but then, so I don't know, sometime in 2009 basically, but then very early on kind of got, even though I consider myself to have a little bit of libertarian leanings, got kind of turned off by the rather libertarian, rather sometimes extreme Bitcoin community, and then more or less left the Bitcoin community for 2 years in 2011, and only came back very shortly before Dogecoin actually came onto the scene in December 2013, and then really only stayed with cryptocurrency because of Dogecoin, because Dogecoin was fun and was approachable and was nice to, the community was nice to be with. That's not to say that the community didn't have a lot of its own troubles and has had issues and scams and a lot of problems over the years, but because it doesn't take itself quite as seriously, and because it is much more open, there's just a very different vibe about the whole community and about the whole environment than there is around Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as you said, looking at what Dogecoin is and what Dogecoin can be useful for, it doesn't make sense to try to add a smart contract platform, because anything where you would do that would necessarily massively increase transaction costs, because the amount of data you would have to transact and the amount of overhead. Whoops, accidentally muted myself. Just would increase so much. I mean, that's why Dogecoin had absolutely problem going back to transaction costs, which are now back to something like 0.001 cent or something like that, whereas Ethereum still has transaction costs that can spike into the hundreds of dollars. So it's perfectly understandable why that happens for Ethereum or also for Bitcoin, but Dogecoin is just much more lean and much more efficient, essentially, in that respect. And capitalizing on that or building on that, I think, is the much better idea, and also introducing concepts to people. So one thing we've, for example, talked about are ideas. How can we incentivize people running nodes, or how can we maybe provide some forum for people talking about proof of stake in order to encourage staking or encourage charity staking, for example. So can we create a system where people can stake their Doge to a charity pool, essentially, and then give that their profits from that to charity? There's a couple of other projects we've been talking about with various people, and I think also with that we really should, now that things are kind of getting into a more normal operating sense with the Dogecoin Foundation, that it would be great to get together with people from the Doge NFT to see where we can collaborate, where we can do things together. Because I agree, there's a lot of potential there, and I also don't like the word branding, but the economics part of me comes a little bit through there. It's essentially when you have cryptocurrencies that are basically interchangeable, where there really isn't a feature difference between, for example, Litecoin, Dogecoin, all the other cryptocurrencies of the first generation that were developed in 2013, 2014, that basically were just altcoins of Bitcoin, then obviously having a friendly brand, having a friendly symbol suddenly becomes a very important distinguishing mark for you, because that suddenly makes you recognizable. Whereas Litecoin, ultimately, what is Litecoin? Litecoin is a brand that completely had to establish itself, but that doesn't have any closer connection to society, and that's something that's very different for the Doge meme and Dogecoin and the Doge NFT.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like what you said, and I completely agree with too, is how Dogecoin has been such a good introduction into cryptocurrency for someone who just doesn't know crypto or is afraid of it. So it's almost like a friendly invite or a friendly invitation that crypto is more than just the super shadowy coders that you hear in the news. And so that's like what we're trying to do in the NFT space, or the NFT, just not like NFT, but also the smart contract platform space, where if people are coming over, or if people know Dogecoin, they understand why they hold Dogecoin. We hope that Doge NFT can be their invitation to Ethereum and NFTs, where some people are skeptical about those asset classes as well. So I think that's why we're just super excited that what collaboration looks like in the future between Dogecoin and the Doge NFT. Whatever it may be, it's going to be in the best interest of everyone, and and still continues to carry the ethos of Doge and how it's for everyone, owned by everyone, for everyone, and where Dogecoin can continue being the best at what it does, and the Doge NFT can continue being the best at what it does. And we don't need to be anything more. Yeah. So without
Yeah.
if there's any other questions, do you have anything, Paco?
I mean, I feel like we can talk for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just the situation, right? If you think about it, I guess, I don't know about you guys, but me and my friends have spent, a lot of time when we were little, I guess, looking through memes. And one of the best characters was, in fact, Doge. And just to think, just to imagine that right now Doge has grown to become, I guess, I don't know how to explain it. Like, its image is kind of, I guess, in a way, right, Dogecoin and DOG are just spreading the gospel of Doge and the Doge meme, whether it be on like a specific blockchain, which uh, uh, which has the goal to, you know, ease transactions and also introduce cryptocurrency in not, I guess, in a friendly way, right? Or, a whole NFT that is also fractionalized, that, allows for everything that, I guess, the Web3 space offers. And yeah, just the situation of it is so interesting to me. That, yeah, for sure, I can definitely speak for hours about this. But I guess I do want to ask Jens, maybe, I guess, what do you think, how do you personally imagine DOG and Doge, I guess, collaborating together in the future?
Oh, that's a broad question. So I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
I mean, there's just so much we could do, and it's very hard to say what should we do. I think the best way to look at it is trying to look at both communities and at the things we already spoke about. How can we best use this friendly image and the approachability of Doge to introduce people to the cryptocurrency space? Can we provide opportunities where people can just experiment with DOG or with Doge in order to develop things, to develop small solutions, to develop tipping solutions, to develop some kind of NFT game or NFT, anything NFT related, basically, and find ways to encourage that, introduce younger people to it, introduce other people who haven't really interacted with cryptocurrency to it. And I think there's a lot of overlap there, maybe producing just also educational materials for people that introduce. So there's or finding charitable projects to support where people can donate with Doge or can get things through the Doge NFT, for example, or can use their Doge NFT as proof that they own Doge NFT and get some rewards for that. So I can see a lot of things where there's options to collaborate, or where we could find ways to do something good together that is advantageous for the ecosystem and for people in general.
Yeah, that's awesome. Couldn't have said it better than myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we'll definitely continue staying in touch so we can, continue thinking about great ideas like that and putting them into action. So, yeah, we really appreciate your time, Jens. Thank you so much. but
No
you know,
problem.
we do have another guest speaker, so for the sake of everyone's time, again, we could talk for hours, but you know, we want to respect everyone's time. So
Of course.
thanks again for your time, and you know, I'm hoping that we can continue seeing you here in the Discord, or just being able to you know, talk with you. Are you? I know there's a Dogecoin Foundation server. Are you pretty active there too?
Yeah, although we actually have a official Dogecoin community server, which is
Okay.
probably the server most people should be using. The one I sent you is more for basically internal organization with just a couple of people, because well, it's just used for that level. But I can definitely also provide the link to the Dogecoin community server to everyone here.
Sure.
And if anyone has questions or something, I'm on this server. I think you can see my username. Just send me a message. I'm happy to talk with anyone. And yeah, but it's been great to be with you guys, and all the best for you.
Yeah, thanks, friend. Yeah, and yeah, sorry about the mix up there, but you know, with that other server, that's probably where we can do a lot of our communication in terms of the collaborative ideas. So we'll definitely
Yeah,
be seeing you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jens. It's been great.
Pleasure is all ours. Thank you, friend. So we do have one other guest speaker, and you know, apologize that it's been running late. Like, what is it? It's kind of
Yeah, it's my
an
fault.
hour and a half is
Just,
normally the average. um, but yeah, we have Chauncey from Angel Protocol. Um, he's raising his hand here, so let me go and invite him. Hey, Chauncey.
Hello, hello. Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, same. Likewise. You know, sorry you had to wait this long. But we even tried to make sure that we kept things you know, tight and on schedule. But you know, it's this is kind of the norm for Doge NFT community calls, where we try to
Hey,
jam so much in.
it wasn't waiting, man. This is all fascinating stuff. So no, I've very much been enjoying the call.
Awesome. Yeah. So I know you were able to talk a little bit in our last spaces, but you know, again, because of the you know, the time constraints, we weren't able to speak a whole lot. So you know, I'll just give you the floor now on, you know, to expand a little bit more about the Angel Protocol, what you do, and then the ideas that you have for the Doge NFT community, and possibly make it a proposal for our community to vote on pretty soon.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And thanks again for having me up here. So Angel Protocol is what we do is we provide DeFi yield benefits to charities without the DeFi complexity. So we've all seen what kind of opportunities exist in this space, and we've also seen how high the barriers to entry can be. So what Angel Protocol aims to do is provide effectively a financial primitive of an endowment, which provides much needed financial stability to nonprofits that most don't have today, and have that endowment actually powered by DeFi yield. So not only do we allow charities to accept cryptocurrency donations, but in true DeFi fashion, we actually put that money to work for the charity to provide them with a perpetual income stream. So what happens is when people donate, it's actually a concept called generative giving. So you donate, and then from that principle, 75% of the yield gets paid out to the charity, and 25% of the yield is reinvested to compound the position in perpetuity. So you give once and you give forever. And we have now passed the 50 organization milestone recently. So we're onboarding charities at a pretty rapid clip these days. But you can see at our site, angelprotocol.io, you can click into the app, see all the charities onboarded, see the money in their endowments growing. And you'll see 3 charities in particular that have fairly large endowments, and that is because they are part of our Restore Earth campaign, which is running now. This allows crypto users to connect and donate Bitcoin, Ethereum, Luna natively cross-chain. Importantly, this allows people to avoid capital gains tax while also receiving a immediate charitable tax receipt from the organizations themselves. So it's an opportunity to save the world while also doing it in a way that provides a sustainable revenue stream rather than a one and done kind of donation. So that's kind of the overview of what Angel is, and we can share more information on that as well as the Restore Earth campaign. But as far as the dog community is concerned, we have been working to help onboard some organizations that have been identified by community members as important to them. So we're working with Ace of Hearts and Start Rescue, currently speaking with both of their boards for approval. And it's looking good that we should be able to onboard them onto Angel. So that would allow the dog donations to them to not just be a one-time donation, but actually fund those organizations in perpetuity. Now, I know that there are other charity funds beyond those that have been allocated to those charities. So the proposal that we wanted to put forth to the dog community is how to allocate the $500,000 in charitable funding that's still looking for a home. So with that, the proposal that we're putting forth would be to take $250,000 of that and invest it into effectively a dog community perpetual charity endowment. What this would allow would be for the $250,000, again, not to be directly invested into the charities, but to actually generate yield, with that yield being harvested and sent to charities. And what this allows is for the dog community to have an ongoing say in how those charitable funds are distributed. So there could be quarterly governance votes on what charities should benefit for the following quarter, and then we could adjust the recipient charities accordingly to the community wishes. But this would be something that the community would have effectively forever. So it would be a constant kind of engagement and support for various organizations that the dog community wants to support. The other half of that would be the proposal is to use that for the actual Restore Earth campaign. So Restore Earth is targeting to raise a few $1 million for these climate change organizations before end of year. As mentioned, we're appealing to people's good hearts as well as their financial sensibilities in terms of the capital gains tax and tax write-off. There are also NFT rewards for participating. So we partnered with the most popular NFT collection on the Terra blockchain, Galactic Punks. They will be minting special Galactic Angels as rewards for different tiers of donors. This has gotten a lot of support from Terraform Labs itself, the parent company behind Terra, as well as some cross-chain organizations such as Olympus DAO, which will be contributing in. But we do believe it's going to be a high visibility campaign, which should generate some media attention. So the proposal here would be to use that $250,000 actually as a donation matching incentive. So the dog community would effectively be stepping up to match the next $250,000 in donations to Restore Earth. This would allow it to be a viral, ongoing type of support, raise a lot of attention for the dog community, and really address a issue prevalent in blockchain, which is the climate change criticism. So this campaign seeks to address climate change while also being somewhat of a protection against heavy-handed regulation. If we can start showing the public that we are trying to do good things on the blockchain, then I think it becomes harder and harder to turn public sentiment against crypto as a whole. So yeah, happy to address any questions related to that. And again, happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I think I had a quick question. Is so for the 250,000 that would be used in perpetuity, what are your yield farming strategies in order to create the yield that is then donated, to charities that we pick?
Yeah, so I think one of the opportunities here would be to LP the position. So there is a straight staking opportunity with the ETH, but it's not as high yield as an option that would involve pooling it half with stables and then putting that on Mirror Protocol on Terra. I mean. So I think that would be, and I need to check the exact yield here, but I think it's somewhere between 40 to 50% yield on that today. So that should prevent a fairly sizable yield opportunity, and that's something we can look to adjusting based on what the current DeFi yield opportunities are.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah. It ended up being a lot more yield than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, I'm excited to see some pretty big chunks of donations going in perpetuity. So excited for that. And I think you said, or maybe you haven't said, but in the proposal that that the structure would probably be that people can either vote yes to one or the other, to both or none. Is that correct?
Exactly. So either yes to both proposals, or if the community favors the first option of the charitable endowment governed by dog holders, or the second option of the donation matching to Restore Earth, we could do either one of those individually instead. Or obviously, if the community wants us to go back to the drawing board in any way, we can certainly do that as well.
Perfect. Yeah, I would think that for Restore Earth, that if there was going to be a proposal, for that, as long as there's a link to Restore Earth that people can go in and read more about, I think they'll be able to be a little bit more educated as to what the cause is. And I would think the more education we can put in a proposal, like the more willing that people are going to be able to be educated and make the right decision.
100%.
Paco, do you have any questions? I think it was pretty straightforward. I mean, it's we really wanted to figure out exactly what we do with the remaining ETH from the that was raised as part of the MISO auction proceeds, earmarked for charity. So we think this is really cool, where you have something that can impact now, versus impacting in the future on an ongoing basis. So just curious if you had any other questions, Paco.
No, yeah, it's just awesome that the community can decide, where the funds go. So yeah, I don't have any more questions.
Yeah, that's also a very cool part, is that people, the community will be able to decide where it goes. So we trust them. And yeah, we just thank you for, number one, just representing a very cool protocol, and just, for your time to bring it up, tell people exactly, how we envision using Dog for good. And yeah, I would say that the proposal will probably be coming up soon. If not today, within, definitely by the end of the week. But just want to make sure that the proposal is all fleshed out, and maybe after the Hype Partners proposal closes, so people can then focus on the next one, would probably make the most sense. So
Awesome.
Thanks for your time, Chauncey. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I would assume that if anybody has any questions, you would either be in the Discord to answer them, or we can always just forward them over to you in Telegram or something.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm available through any means, but yeah, I'm right in the Discord, so you can feel free to DM me there.
Perfect. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we have one more thing, and if you can give us 10 more minutes, I think you're gonna really enjoy this. If Doge King is here, I'd like to bring him up for a very special unveiling. Unless I already sent the invite, I don't know.
Yeah, I approved them, but is it glitched or something?
Let me see real quick. Invite to speak. Okay.
I don't know, it's not letting him come on. Doge King, try accepting instead of, requesting. Nice.
There we go.
Is it working?
Yes, it
You guys
is.
hear me?
Oh,
Hey guys,
we hear you. How's it going?
it's going good. Are you sure you guys have time for this? We could push it to next week too, if that's better from a timeline perspective.
How long were you thinking it was going to take?
I mean, it's going to take 5 minutes, but I noticed a lot of the people that are in the NFT are not on the call because they're in Puerto Rico,
yeah.
I think. So, what would you think about maybe pushing this to next week? Do you guys have? Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Is that okay
Yeah,
with you,
I
Paco?
mean, yeah, the stretch,
All right.
the call is already,
Wonderful. Yeah,
long enough.
I'm thinking since Japes, he's the one that sponsored it and paid for it, so I want him to at least be attending. So if it's all right with you guys, maybe we could just push that to next week.
Yeah, we'll respect it. Yeah, I think
Wonderful.
it'll be fun. It'll be
All
fun
right.
to get most of the people in the picture to enjoy it together. So
Try dogs in there too. So yep, wonderful. All right, guys.
cool. Well, thanks for your time, anyways, and thanks. We're excited to see what it looks like. I'm sure it's going to look awesome. So
Wonderful. All right. Well,
yeah.
thank you guys. That was a fun call.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, glad you enjoyed.
we really enjoyed it too. Actually, and this whole time I brought up the POAP code like really early, and now I'm doing it really late. So for anyone who didn't get to catch the POAP code, again, it's a URL. So you would type in your browser POAP, POAP.website / I love dog, which is one word, all lowercase. And again, the design was made by our friend Magic Hands, which it was a very funny design for this one. He's been like our Doge meme lord, so it was fun to get him to design one finally. I think that's it. I think we can wrap it up. I'm always thankful for anyone who can block out this amount of time for these calls. You guys are like the true OGs and the true fans. So we just hope you really like the call. We we really enjoyed having the
Especially
guest
during
speakers here.
holiday seasons.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so much going on right now, and just the time that you guys have taken has just been, we really appreciate it. And hope we continue giving giving value in these calls. And if there's not anything else.
Mhm.
You got
Yeah, if
anything,
you
Paco?
guys, I just want to say if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna stay in the bar chat for a bit. If you want to discuss anything or maybe something wasn't addressed, right? Like a small FAQ, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the bar chat.
Cool. Yeah, so a little after
That's
party.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have nothing prepared, but yeah.
Yeah, anything casual, head over to the Bark Chat if you want to spend even more time in the dog community. we always love the more members, the merrier. So thanks again. This concludes this week's community call. We'll catch you in the metaverse. GM, GE.